You might notice them vanishing from the corporate ladder. One day they are optimizing their LinkedIn profile, and the next they are living in a smaller house and driving an older car. They work fewer hours, they have less status, and they seem weirdly okay with it. From the outside, this looks like giving up. We project our own anxieties onto them, labeling the choice a midlife crisis or a lack of ambition. We assume that because they stopped climbing, they must be failing. Traditional logic dictates that surrendering success should lead to misery, yet this group remains at peace with having significantly less. They've walked away from the metrics that define most adult lives without the expected psychological collapse. This desire for more is an ancient survival mechanism. It lives in the mesolimbic pathway, the brain's reward circuit. For 300,000 years, social status was a proxy for survival. A higher position in the tribe meant better resources and protection. Today, a job title upgrade triggers that same hit of dopamine. Modern capitalism functions as a perfect delivery system for this ancient biology. Every hit target and bonus feeds the hedonic treadmill, an accelerating loop that constantly resets your baseline for what feels like enough. The people grinding in the rat race are not brainwashed. Their brains are functioning flawlessly according to hundreds of thousands of years of evolutionary design. They are simply following the code that equates status with safety. Choosing to step off that treadmill is a literal biological rebellion. It is a conscious rejection of human evolutionary coding in a world designed to exploit it. This rebellion often starts with a moment where the survival equation changes. It might be chronic workplace stress that turns an inbox into a predator, or a health scare that makes the corner office look like a slow-motion suicide. Suddenly, the climb feels more dangerous than the exit. When the London School of Economics tracked people who voluntarily downshifted their careers, they found something striking. These individuals process reward and status differently. They score higher on temporal discounting flexibility. Most human brains value a small reward today over a larger one tomorrow, but these brains can feel future well-being as vividly as the present. When they imagine themselves at 65, exhausted but wealthy, the vision is real enough to compete with the dopamine hit of a promotion today. This neurological shift reveals that their withdrawal is driven by a specialized form of cognitive intelligence. They are optimizing for a different set of rewards entirely. But leaving the race triggers a process of identity dissolution. For years, the answer to "what do you do" was the foundation of your self-worth. Stripping that away triggers the same neural patterns as grief. You face social comparison anxiety every time you have to explain your choice to the tribe, reminding them that the path they are on is optional. A Stanford University study followed career downshifters for 5 years and found a context reality. While their stress levels dropped, they reported a massive existential vacuum. Many discovered they were addicted to the metrics and the adrenaline of high-stakes performance. Without the external rules of the race, they felt the disorienting loss of a structured identity. This initial phase of needing less is a psychological void. It forces you to answer questions about meaning and purpose that a busy career previously obscured. To survive that void, the brain must endure the discomfort long enough to trigger adult neuroplasticity. You have to wait for the mind to physically reshape its expectations. This is hedonic adaptation in reverse. You are retraining your reward system to find satisfaction in low-stimulation environments. Over time, the dopamine response to status metrics drops, while the response to time, nature, and creative projects rises. Research from the University of Pennsylvania proves that adults can physically reshape these reward pathways through sustained effort. Things that barely registered before start to produce the neural fireworks that were once reserved for promotions. Finding happiness in very little is the result of an intense, daily neurological workout. It requires active effort to rewire the brain's core operating system to value presence over performance. This recalibration leads to locus of control flexibility. You stop needing an external scoreboard to know if you are winning. You develop internal measures of success based on personal values rather than public validation. This internal shift changes the experience of time. It transitions from a scarce resource to be optimized into a space to inhabit, a medium for living rather than a clock to be raced. Weeks become memorable because you are actually present for them. By making decisions based on intrinsic motivation, these individuals align with self-determination theory. They trade the high-intensity peaks of achievement for the sustained well-being of autonomy. Choosing to need very little is a profound evolutionary step. It is a display of specific emotional resilience, where you face identity loss and social judgment to define the rules of a life well lived on your own terms.